Hi, this is Pooja and welcome to Food Without Borders. Now before I get into the details of this recipe, let me just start this video with a disclaimer. You can run, but you cannot hide from this granola. It is so dangerously addictive, and does everything that is addictive have to be bad for you? No, as long as you have it in moderation. Now what's good about this recipe is that it's grain-free, gluten-free, processed sugar-free, which makes this recipe paleo, and also it'll be okay if you overindulge a little. So let's get started with the ingredients. So here I have some raw papitas or pumpkin seeds, some raw sunflower seeds, desiccated coconut. You can even use shredded coconut, just make sure it's unsweetened. I have some raw cashews, some raw pecan halves, some raw almonds. And for the darkness, I have some dried blueberries and some cranberries that were mildly sweetened with some apple juice. Make sure if you want this recipe to be paleo, it's not sweetened with sugar, it is sweetened with a fruit juice like orange or apple, whatever your choice is. And then I have some coconut oil. I figured I'm playing with the flavor coconut, so I could use coconut oil. If you do not wish to use coconut or coconut oil, completely skip it and use any odorless oil. Then I have some maple syrup. You could even sweeten with honey. I have some vanilla extract and some salt to taste. So now let's put this together. The first thing that you will need to do is break these nuts into tiny bits so that they give you the perfect granola texture. I am going to start with the almonds because almonds are harder nuts to break down, and then I'm going to work my way through. All these nuts should not take you more than 30 seconds to 45 seconds. If you leave them longer, they might turn into a cocktail of nut butter, and I don't even want to go there to think about how that would taste. Now I'm going to add all the rest of the nuts because they are softer and they won't take much time. Come on, chop chop. I feel like I'm a herding dog, trying to reel them in a line and get them in. Now let's get started with the noisy part again. All right, looks like this is done, and I think I'm pretty happy with how they've turned out. In this bowl, I have the desiccated coconut, and to this, I will add all the nuts. And if you can see, there are larger bits, there are tinier bits, and that gives the texture and the depth to the recipe. Now, we will tackle the liquid ingredients. Now, in this measuring cup, I have some coconut oil and some maple syrup that I will zap in the microwave for somewhere between 30 to 45 seconds. And then I will come back and tell you what to do with it. All right, so this is done. It took me about 45 seconds. Now to this, I will add some vanilla extract. You could even add almond extract. That would also taste really good. And some salt. I am going to give this a quick mix so that the salt mixes properly. And then pour this liquid gold into the granola dry mixture and combine this all together. What I'm trying to do is coat all these nuts with the maple syrup and coconut oil mixture, and once that is done, I will transfer this onto the parchment paper. So this is done. I am going to set this aside, get my pan lined with some parchment paper, and transfer all this onto the pan. Well, parchment paper, please don't move. Seriously. We are already under so much pressure to look nice and pretty in front of the camera and do this. Now I'm going to spread it nice and evenly onto this pan. There we go. And it doesn't have to be perfect, people, really. Now, this will go into a 300-degree Fahrenheit oven, which is like 148.8 degrees Celsius. And then when I come back, I'll show you what to do next. All right, folks, this was in the oven for about 35 minutes to 40 minutes. Now, what you're trying to do is get them nice and golden, and you can smell the nuts and they smell really toasted. Now to this, I will add the dried fruits. So the reason why I did not add the dried fruits to the nuts when they were going in the oven was because you don't want them to burn. Now I am going to disperse them onto the granola. Give it a quick mix. You want to work with this when it's hot, because when it cools down, it will start clumping together and then the berries won't mix in. I am going to flatten them on this pan like so. I am going to let this cool on the counter for about 30 minutes, and then when I come back, we'll do the tasting. So folks, we are back, and now with my wonderful hands, I am going to break this granola into little chunks, just like granola should be, bite-sized pieces. And now let's taste it. Now the only way I like to have it is in a giant bowl with a giant spoon. This is so high in energy, you will never hit a low if you have it always with you. You will march on and chomp away. Now you can store this outside for about a week if they last. If you like this and you like this, give this recipe a try, hit subscribe. I will leave a written version of this recipe in the description box, and I will see you next week. Bye.